Howdies and salutations, y'all! Oops, I hope I didn't blow out the mic there. I may have to do some tweaking. I've got a new microphone, and seems to be a little bit sensitive. Gonna have to do some tweaking on that. I just said that in a loop. Okay, adjusting the volume down. Hopefully this is a little better, and I can talk at a normal volume without anything problematic happening in terms of blasting anyone's ears out. Sorry about that, any headphone users. Although, is that still an issue? Like, do headphones have better dampening now? I have no idea. Or do people even want that to have dampening? Questions which I cannot answer. So let's see. Where we left off, I know we'd had a long night. And by long, I mean very short, because I had had a long day, got very little done in terms of modeling, and then gave up and played Stardew. So, while I don't regret that, Stardew is always fun, and when you're brain dead, learning a brand new system is maybe not the wisest way to spend your time, because you ain't going to retain it all that well. Oh, dagnabbit, I knew I forgot to rename the category. Oopsie doopsie. Let's do that real quick. Alright. Okay, 10 tag max. I've got a bunch of kind of worthless tags on here, probably. They don't need to tag English, but actually, why the heck do I? No, I don't need to tag English. Ich kann auf Deutsch sprechen und dann ist es nicht Englisch. Und jeder Mann kann total verstehen und es ist total nicht ein großer Problem. Okay, so instead of doing that, we're not going to do that. Much as I'd love to use my awkwardly broken German, and it would be good practice. My teacher might suggest that, actually. Another time, perhaps. But we're going back a little further than German history. Although the pictures you see here are actually taken in Germany, Berlin, the Pergamon Museum specifically. But the ancient relic here is far older, an old gate of the city of Babylon, the Ishtar Gate specifically. Fascinating world. Well, depends on which list you count. If the Walls of Babylon count as an ancient wonder of the world, or the official list, like the OG one, I don't think counts them, but like later ones super did. Anywho, Ishtar Gate, very cool. Highly recommend. 10 out of 10. Much blue. The point of this is that we're going to try to make it walk. I need to figure out where I'm picking up from. I think we're just going to have to do a little bit of... That doesn't seem to... Okay, so that one is... It's the other side we've been weight painting then. Cool. Let's see our movement now. Maybe it's not this side. At least that stayed on axis. Oh, right. The mapping had done something weird, and now the bottom one wasn't really picking up the vertices I'd expected it to. This is picking up the correct upper parts, and actually moves about the way I'd want it to, which is good. What it means, however, is that one of the vertex groups, presumably not this top one, actually. I think the top one's... It could have a little more influence, but with the way the... Whoops. The way the vertices are arranged on this, I'd probably have to subdivide the surface a little more, and I'm kind of afraid to do that lest I break the UV map, which, note to self, do last in the future. But that's okay. What isn't okay is that this doesn't seem to be moving much of anything. So I guess what we need to do is get back into object mode, select our actual mesh, arch. Oh, let me move this down a little bit so y'all can see at least something of it. A little cut off. I do apologize for the overlay having some dangling bits. I do think it's worth having them. As far as keeping chat on stream goes, I think that this is actually pretty compact. Civstream's logo, you're welcome to argue for or against. But we did lower the bottom bar a while back as a design tweak to make some of the CSP things more visible. Hopefully that will be useful here as well. Because it literally only covers like the control menu bar thing, like this thing. You see this thing up here that I just moved to the side? That's the only thing that's behind this now. Nobody wants to see that. It's boring. And all you can see is that I've got, like, shockingly, what have I got in here? OBS, who'da thunk? Your ref, that's how you're seeing the Ishtar Gate right now. Blender, wouldn't have guessed. And Spotify. Also, the Wacom Desktop Center never seems to close itself. Go away. Oh, and actually open Blender. This is just my Blender perma link. Here's Clip Studio Paint. Steam and Firefox. I mean, oh yeah, there's the tutorial. Not a lot exciting going on down there. Gonna be real with y'all. um, so let's see if we can't find these vertex groups, which I believe this was the actual thing. So hip A, wait, I need to go into weight paint mode so we can actually see this. Hip A, vertex group influence, top section. Thigh A, midsection. Shin A should be impacting the bottom section, but it doesn't appear to be. And that's what worries me. So shin A is the bone. Oh yeah, we wouldn't be able to see it in weight paint mode. But it's that bone right there. I mean, I guess I can double check that, but I'm fairly confident we would have noticed this leg moving when I turned that one. Oh, right. Do this. Pose mode. The mode swapping is something I'm going to need to get the hang of. And it looks like it's just barely pulling any of the mesh at all. Like, we're getting a little bit of a tweak in the side here, which isn't even good mesh movement. And something from the top? Why does this only have like 2 vertices that it weights? That's weird. And that was the weird problem that I looked at last time, said, I'm tired, go away problem, and then it didn't, but I did. So, I guess, relative to each other, it went away from me for a while, but it's back. And frankly, I'd have been a lot more frustrated if it just fixed itself, because that scares me when programs do that. It's not like a robot apocalypse scare, but it means we don't know if we actually fixed the problem or not. It's just as possible that the next time you log in, it's gonna unfix itself again, as these things like to do. So, let's take one more look at these vertex groups. Yes, yes, bad. Random section up here. Just thigh B has random section down there, and shin B ain't got squat. I was trying to see if one of those was mapping to the movement we were seeing, in case maybe just the wrong vertex group was stuck here on shin A. But this is the right vertex group, and it's mapped to the bone. Not messing with the UV map. Well, I think, unfortunately, I didn't have much time this weekend to research it. Good news, had family in town, wanted to spend time with them. Bad news, that did rather hinder the whole, you know, like, researching and learning thing. Also, the other thing I was doing, which was probably not the best use of my time, but it was the use of my time I did, is that I've still been poll watching. If you haven't been following elections in the US, which I don't blame you for not following, especially if you're not in the US, and I know streaming at this hour, plenty of people aren't. Who the heck's watching a stream at 8 in the evening, Central Time anyway? That's 9 p.m. Eastern, and I guess 6 in the afternoon Pacific. So 7 Mountain. Point being, we've got basically 4 time zones, plus Alaska and Hawaii have a whole bunch of stuff that they're doing. But that's neither here nor there. Is that really popping up on stream? Wish Steam wouldn't do that. Ay. So help me, the number of times I've doxed myself is just embarrassing. It is a good thing I don't have many followers yet, because I'm gonna make a note to do that. I take some amount of solace in the fact that basically no one watches this, and even if they did, I don't think any of them have incentive to do anything weird. But, you know, if you feel like causing problems, I guess let me know, but preferably in a non-threatening way. Disable pop-up. Got it. So, can't do that. So let's instead do some research. But yeah, so my last point is, if you haven't been following election news in the U.S., it's been a week. been a very long week. Not as long as 2020. Holy cow, that may have been the longest week of my life. And let me tell you, there's competition for that. But, like, oh my word. Nasty business. Didn't help I was trying to finish my degree. I was in my last semester early October, so there's like a month and a half until finals at that point. Ugh. Nasty, nasty all the way through. This week has been much less stressful than that one. I think for people who are doing well and people who are doing poorly, just because one way or the other we've got results a little faster on the big stuff. But man, they sure still took a week to come in. I mean, literally tomorrow is a week from the election, and they still haven't called the House of Representatives. They're not even stinking close. That's one of the three parts of our like government in that side. Well, okay, it's excluding the Supreme Court and all of the legislative stuff, but executive is the president, and then legislative. When I said Supreme Court, I meant judicial. Sorry, legislative is Congress because they write the laws. The president's supposed to execute the laws, and the judiciary is supposed to judge the laws and see if they're garbage or not, and to judge specific cases that might not be clearly written in the laws. People debate that first point. People debate whether or not the judiciary can judge a law to be bad, or if they can just judge whether or not a law is being applied. It's been 250 years. We haven't reached a conclusion there. Of course, this debate goes way, way back, even in ancient Chinese philosophy. So I don't expect us to find a solution anytime soon. Weight, paint, not. Let's see, not following bone. I should clarify blender. Oh, well, it was the first thing to pop up anyway. Let's see. The weight paint for the base of each finger doesn't apply. This isn't a finger example. Let's see what they've got going on. No, not accepting your dang cookies. Okay, so it's got armature selected, viewport display, check the names. Each bone shows its name, select the mesh. But it should, like, it's showing its map to the correct. Okay, well, let's do this check with the armature selected in object data properties. So here we go. And I believe that's here? No, that's active tool. And I forgot we've got these three windows I couldn't figure out how to close. Okay, new tangent. Close window in Blender. Choose this corner, slide to the left. No, that's how you make more of them. YouTube, that's how you make more of them. I didn't. Directly over the neighboring panel. Wait. See. Okay, drag directly over the neighboring panel you want to make disappear. Like it'll eat it? Hey! No! Okay, 1 second. One thing at a time. Got that one. How do you fix it when they get out of a line like that? What the heck am I supposed to do about this? Because this will probably... Okay, good. It just straight up fails. Let's see. This is so unfathomably complicated. Why can there not just be a right-click remove? Okay. Okay, hover between the areas so your mouse looks like that. Right-click. Join areas. Yes. Oh, no. Um... Join areas. This one. No. Hey! Okay, now I just need to get this back over here. Nope, that... Okay, Blender, I've got to say, I've been saying a lot of things about your interface not being as bad as its reputation. This part is absolutely as bad as... Actually, this is worse than the reputation. This is so dreadful. What are you... Why? No! And you can't undo it. Oh. We've got this. How can I get this back into the side column? Every other program of this... Oh, jeepers, Blender. This is really how you want to spend your day? Well, my day? Well, we'll live. Yeah, I thought so. Um, Actually, is there a Blender? Hold on, window, workspace. A reset workspace or something like that? Not new window. Okay, yep, that's a lot better. Although I do kind of love the idea of being able to have a perspective above. Well, I want to do that while we're animating. But, not right now. I'll reset view window. Yeah, I thought that was just going to do that. Maybe I have to do this. No. Reset workspace layout. Okay, web. Reset Blender workspace layout. Window workspace reset. Window. I don't see workspace as a thing on this. Toggling system console. Nope, nope, that's not helpful. Bit type not implemented. Awesome. Please close. Dang it, are you really going to make me break out terminal knowledge? I don't even have a cursor. What is this window? It won't let me interact with it in any way. Wonderful. We're going to minimize that for now. All right. What just happened? You know what? I think I'm just gonna... that must be the thing that the terminal workspace summoned. Okay, we're just gonna close Blender. Yeah, I need to save the model, and that won't have any impact on the layout. Ishtar Gate. Granted. Whoa. Y'all seeing that? That's not just me, right? Well, I knew today was going to be a debugging stream, but this is exciting. Like, genuinely exciting. Like, genuinely, what is happening? Well, I'm going to screenshot this just because it cracks me up. Yep. And because who knows thumbnails? Anyway, we'll name that the default capture and fix it later. Is that one? By later, I do mean a specified time, as in a little under 2 hours, hopefully. However, this is fascinating. Presumably, I can join areas and attempt to merge it to one of these other ones. Why is the entire like default scene not even closing? Interesting. Let's just close Blender again. Maybe don't save this time. I don't know what happened that time, but it's not worth saving. So, this looks the same. It shouldn't be like this, and dragging on the bottom of this generates a new window over it. Dragging that back up makes the Ishtar gate very tall. It's like an elevator going up. Ooh. However, that's not good. Other workspaces are fine. This one literally doesn't even cover the workspace behind it, which I don't think is even how these are supposed to work. On the bright side, little bit of a silver lining. Just a little bit of one. The weird little window's gone. Actually, wait, no. Modeling view might be gone. Cool. Ooh, this looks nice. With the orb under it, I thought that was not just the... That's the, like, reflected outer surface. I thought that was just like a marble that was sitting under the gate. I was like, huh. Still. Animated. Rendere. Compo. Geometry nodes. And, of course, scripting. However, modeling is phenomenally busted. Let's bring this back down. Let's bring down another one over it and see if it... Okay, I think modeling is... And then this is still up here, which is where it shouldn't be. Okay, new main window. Nope. Still broken. New window. Just a pop out. Show status bar won't affect anything. It's not anything important. Okay. I can save it. What kind of screenshot is this going to pick up? Okay, hold on. Just throw that on my desktop. I don't know what that's going to do. But yeah, reset Blender workspace. Because going to window workspace reset was hot garbage and doesn't work. At least not with my view. Not 3D cursor origin. Reset workspace 2015. Holy cow, this is 7 years out of date. Let's see. Okay, hold on. Open a file without loading its interface. File open. Okay, let's try something. Don't save whatever nonsense is happening there. I mean, please save me from whatever nonsense is happening there. But don't save it. Open. Why is that like that? Shouldn't it be in its relevant folder? Hmm. Not load UI. Okay, Ishtar Gate. This is our current model. Everything's still in the background. Well, the long and short of it is armature here, and it is. Got our bone hierarchy. You can even see them. And presumably weight painting is still as it was. Cool. Okay. Thank you, tip from deleted from 9 years ago. 9 years ago. 9 years ago. You mean to tell me that 2015 was the latest comment? Okay, well, in any case, thank you all, and thank you to the new person who posted relevant UI for the modern one. We're only 25 minutes in, and we've resolved the UI interface that wasn't even the problem we were trying to solve. But, you know, we still learned something. Let's see. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, let's keep on keeping on then. Back to where we were before I managed to mangle the UI while trying to unmangle the UI. Not relevant, but I'm going to save anyway. We didn't change anything other than like our current like viewer camera position. Whoa, okay. There we go. Pan, but like on one axis, please. Right, yes, what we were going to do, object data properties. We need the armature selected. Let's see. Or wait, where is object data properties? Oh, okay, wait, no. It's just this whole thing, isn't it? That would make sense. These are all the properties of the object. Okay. Um, let's get on to a view that is less obscuring. Viewport display, check show names. Oh. That'd be handy if that works. Render properties. Active tool and workspace settings. Oh, it's this one? Object data properties. Um, phone groups. No. Pose library. Oh, I've got the asset browser now. Okay, motion path. No, it's not going to be motion paths. Viewport display. Names. Okay, well, that does clarify what's what a little better, at least. I actually kind of like having that. Also explains... Oh, Axes explains how they had that other view that was showing... Yeah, we got Z and X and Z and X and Y, and... Okay. Nice. Oh, this would just make it in front of everything, so I think even without the, this view, we could still see it. Nice. Could we even still see it in this view? Yeah. And in the... Okay. And in our Eevee render view, dark as it is. Okay, that's actually handy in its own right, too. Let's leave that one on. Okay, select the mesh and check all the vertex groups. Make sure they sync with your bones. Hmm. So the user's issue from this Stack Exchange list was that they'd had duplicate, they deleted a bone and then they ended up with duplicate vertices groups because they created a new bone. Let's see what our vertex groups are looking like and make sure everything lines up right. Hip A, yes. Thigh A, yes. Shin A, yes. Hip B, thigh B, shin B. I do try, pardon, to be meticulous in naming things. So we shall see. Hmm. Let's go back to our guide here. Unfortunately, this doesn't seem to have solved the issue. They ended up deleting the armature, which doesn't seem to be a good idea. Okay, mesh not following bone, weight painted. So the mesh parented to the armature with automatic weight painting completed afterwards, vertex groups all set, only for deformed bones. Oh, okay, that's their thing specifically because they want to integrate to Unity. Doesn't matter for me, I hope, unless we're comparing influences, in which case it might matter. Works great, except on a few things. Um, let's see. When was this from? Oh, it's from last year. And they recommended make human for human figures. Interesting. Topology is complicated. Hmm. Okay. Sorry for going silent there. I'm just trying to read through. They had two different rigs? What? Okay. Had to create the Rigify rig, but that's not even what we were using, I don't believe. I mean, unless it is, but it's possible I'm misunderstanding. Admittedly, I'm new to Blender rigging entirely. Um, should have done a practice round with this. Pardon me, I practiced most of the other things, at least a little bit. See also donut tutorial. They didn't rig the donut, at least not in the parts I got to. um, anyway, I don't think this is a meta rig. It's I'm gonna keep looking. Why are my vertices not following the bone? Weight paint. With the pose clean selected in weight paint mode, go to weights clean and set the threshold to something low. Another bone was conflicting with it and had paint in the area. But this is painted. But it just, let's see. Okay, Blender dev blog, that might be useful. Because it's painted, and I don't see anything else influencing that section of the... Well, actually. It's got weight down to this, but that shouldn't impact any of this stuff down here. Um, hold on. We're going with the A's. Oh, right, I need to see the vertex groups. These don't even seem to fight each other. Well, maybe they do. I don't think so, though. Not really. And this one has everything that I would expect in it. Try resetting it to the default value. So hip A, thigh A, shin A. But if I happen to go into object mode, select armature, and then go into pose mode, I guess I could probably just select the armature. Then rotates. Like that. Okay, so it's impacting everything except for this, the vertex on this side, which is a little weird. I have to check that vertex group and see if it competes with anything. And this one, it just, whoa, okay. It's got one vertex on the top up there. And it just don't do anything. Okay, it's got this vertex too, which we saw a little bit of earlier. So is there a vertex group that just has those two items claimed? I don't see anything that should be doing that. Do I have to like apply the weight paint? Um, I'm just applying transforms. That shouldn't mess with anything at all, frankly. Okay, why does it have that connected in it? It makes me think that the weight painting values I'm looking at aren't correct. What is this connected to? Because it doesn't move for anything. Okay, vertex groups. on the mesh itself, actually. Vertex groups. Mesh. Where'd they go? Bone constraints. I don't want to mess with those and accidentally make something worse at the moment. Bone groups, no. Viewport display, we've already been on that. Okay. Where am I trying to look? What am I missing? Oh, actually, can I see on the bone any associated vertex groups? Relations. Bone group. Local rotation, or location, inherit rotation. And not connected. That's really bad. Okay, learning a bit more about that menu. Interesting. That's textures. That's armature. Okay. About this. Armature relations. I mean, it should at minimum be the parent of the pose, shouldn't it? Perhaps that's handled elsewhere. Object constraint, pose position. I can tell this is a powerful tool. Like you can see, so these options make sense at least somewhat. But there's just the one piece that's not working, and I don't know why. So tell y'all what, I'm gonna take a quick pause right now, hopefully a quick pause, and try to do a little research, semi off camera. I also need to get some water, and then we'll see if I can find something more useful on what the issue is. So I will see y'all in just a few. Okay. Howdies and salutations once again, y'all. Well, I don't know if this will fix anything, truth be told. But, I don't know, at least it's a start. Um, the problem is, all of these guides have one thing I'm noticing, which is they talk about having the mesh in wait mode while having the armature in pose mode and having both selected. And, like, that's not a thing I've been able to. I can't do one in one mode and one in the other. I didn't think that was a thing Blender could do, so I'm gonna try the unthinkable. Modeling. This one select the armor. Well, because it's gonna select the armature in both. And then it doesn't let me go into. I don't understand why sometimes it lets me just go to pose mode and sometimes it doesn't. When I have the same, best as I can tell. Why? Okay, you should be in object mode at the very least. Armature, you should be in pose mode, but that's going to swap it for both of them because this is just two different views of the same thing. Basically, what I'm saying is everyone's saying you should be able to move the bones and see the weight map simultaneously, and that is just not an option I have. This doesn't influence any of the things it should, which makes me think it's got some other secret vertex group, and that in that other secret vertex group, some stuff is owning things it shouldn't. But if I move this one, well, it's got a weird pull on this corner, which was interesting. Okay, nothing out of the ordinary here. These ones aren't really mapped. Um, and that obviously just is impacting these like two vertices. Why is there a second armature in the armature? Well, there's pose and armature inside the armature. I don't know if that's supposed to be how it is. Anyway, let's check the actual arches vertex groups if we can. Ah, it still has the armature selected. I realize it's parented, but I'm trying to specifically look at the mesh. Let me at the mesh. Ugh. I mean, the mesh is selected, so this is clearly just something I'm doing wrong. Um, Bone constraint on it. What happened to those vertex groups we had just like a minute ago? Y'all remember them? We were tweaking them? Like, on the specific bone? But they didn't, they had a different icon. The icon looked like this. Like that. Like, there it is. That's actually weird that it's on here. Not on this. Guess I need to go to object mode in order to even select the thing I want to select. Yeah, okay, so being in pose mode is problematic for selecting the actual vertex groups, which is just great. Um, yeah, if I click off it, okay, cool. So this is weight painted, and this is on the arch mesh, which has these vertex groups in it. Why is this separate? Because I know the arch is parented to the arch mature. So my question is, why does it appear in a separate collection? Unless there's two different arches. And if there is two different arches, then what the heck is this? Why is it grayed out? Uh, they seem to be the right vertex groups, and they do impact the mesh unless the default mesh was just moving like that. No, because the mesh used to move differently, and then we edited these vertex groups, to my knowledge, and then the mesh moved the way we expected. Well, almost. Oh, what's this? Okay, that's hip B, thigh B, shin B. Interesting, some of the stuff it has selected. But like this, I feel should be pretty obvious. And hip A influences all the things I would expect it to. Only I could pose it. Real nice. But, oh well, it won't let us do that right now, best I can tell. And, moves. Well, it doesn't really move as expected either, does it? I don't think it influences these, like, underpoints quite the way it would like to. Well, I mean, we can add to it. This doesn't seem like it's doing squat. Yeah, I didn't think so. I have to manually select the vertices before it'll let me paint them? Because that would be a weird call, and it doesn't mesh with what we've seen before. So why is the weight painting not letting me do this? Or is it because I... I mean, I can select vertices and then manually assign them, but that's kind of a terrible way to do it. And still doesn't seem to be having quite the impact that I think we would like. And it's selecting through the object, so that's a bug I thought they'd fixed. Oh well. Still not happening all that often. It's not a big deal. Okay, I'm sorry. I thought I had solution, and it looks like I do not. I'll be back in another few moments. Howdies and salutations again there, y'all. Hope I didn't miss anyone popping by. Sorry if I did. It's been a good time, but I do think, unfortunately, we're going to have to pause for tonight. These technical difficulties just aren't the sort that I'm going to be able to sort out in like 2 minutes on stream. Should really just keep something in that corner, shouldn't I? Um, and unfortunately, that means that I don't think we're going to make any tangible progress in terms of this tonight. However, in the name of actually making progress on it, instead of just doing another Stardew like we did last time, I'm going to cut a little early and see if I can do some more research where we're not on stream and I don't have y'all waiting. So hopefully tomorrow, I obviously can't promise anything, but hopefully we'll find a solution for this, or I'll have it fixed or some such. But today was not a complete wash. One, I have a much better understanding of what specifically, like, the terms that are wrong, like terminology and such. On Friday, I was so tired that I'm not sure I retained squat. So I at least can better describe what we're looking for and we can make progress. Also, excellent new microphone test. Even if this stream was sort of an awkward technical difficulty, hopefully the mic wasn't. And if the mic was, we didn't really miss anything. So with that, I think unfortunately I am going to have to call it for tonight. But it has been a good time. I hope y'all... Well, I'm sorry to anyone who watched this video all the way through. Not the best use of your time. Frankly, not sure I should even upload this. I wonder if I title a video, "Don't Watch This, It's Boring," if people will watch it. That would be funny. I'd feel really bad, though. So if I did that, and y'all watch this all the way to the end, you, have my sincere apologies. That's... I guess I can't apologize on behalf of future me. Because at some point, future me knew about this apology and then did it anyway. So, sorry, I guess? Anyway, we will keep on keeping on with this, so help me by the end of this month, holidays and all, we are going to get this gate walking. Shouldn't be that much longer, I hope, knock on wood. Figuring out animation and keyframes is going to be a whole different beast that I have no experience with at all. But, well, no other than the Maya I did like 6 years ago. Which is about as much experience as I had with this, and we've seen how well it's gone. So, nah, it's fine though. I'm not too worried about us figuring out a solution. My only real worry is that the solution is just going to be having to remove the armature and the vertex groups and rebuild them, which is tedious and has potential to cause future errors, which I don't love. But, you know, if it's what needs to happen, it's what needs to happen. So I'll dig into that. I'll try to get it sorted out for next stream. And until then, I hope y'all have a lovely morning, afternoon, evening, night, timeless void, wherever you happen to be. So have a good one, y'all. And good night, morning, void.